Welcome to Marketing with Confidence. I'm your host, Marianne Amies. We're going to be talking all things digital and online marketing for business owners and marketing professionals. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by your digital marketing, be sure to listen along and you'll hear tips, interviews and more that will give you the confidence to create marketing you love. I'm really excited to be joined today by Kerry Athanasiou from Style Culture Styling. Kerry has a wonderful business where she works with women and men of all ages, helping them to find their confidence, redefine their style, fall in love with their wardrobe. I've worked with Kerry probably for close to 10 years, and during that time I've seen her have a magical transformation and go from being, I guess, unsure of her tech ability to really shining online. She's ever so bravely embraced Reels. She really connects personally on her Instagram and, is a great example of how through the journey of business ownership, your digital confidence can really change. So I hope you enjoy this episode with Kerry, and I hope it inspires you to find your own digital confidence. So thank you so much for joining me today, Kerry. I'm so excited to talk to you and share, I guess, with everybody your story of digital confidence.
You're welcome.
So do you want to start just by telling me about your business?
Okay, so Style Culture Styling is a personal styling business where I help women, teens and men feel good about the way they look and dress, regain confidence in the wardrobe, develop a personal style that speaks to who they are and the message they want to send out in the world. Yes, that's basically what I do.
Amazing. And how long have you been running your business?
So the business itself was registered around 12, maybe 13 years ago, but I've been doing it for around 15 years. I've been doing it pretty much all my life. I should say that, right? I studied fashion a very long time ago when I finished school. So I've always been dressing and helping people always along the way. So shopping, whether it was with friends or friends' mums, helping them find that outfit for a wedding, a mother of the bride, or going shopping to look for wedding dresses for people I know or friends of people I know. So a really, really long time.
Beautiful.
Fashion has been in the blood from the get-go sort of thing.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess the big question, how did you feel about digital marketing when you started out?
Are you sure you want to ask me this question?
I'll take no offense.
Okay, so look, I was kind of pressured into starting a Facebook page. And if we take a step back, I was actually pressured. I was doing this thing called work and styling even before my website. And more people were saying to me, oh my gosh, why do you not have a website? Why can't you reach a broader audience? And I'm like, okay. My kids were still little, so it was working really well for me for a while. And once the website was up and running, I had joined Facebook previously, but I opened up my Style Culture Facebook page and I thought, oh, wow, I'm just going to gain 1 million followers in a day. And of course, that doesn't happen. And Facebook back then was very, very different. All about, single posts. And I'm very much, like you mentioned, in one of your recent posts, you talked about glossy magazines and remembering a time where we'd flick through the pages and advertising and whatnot. I still love that, and I'm still very much in love with the whole idea of buying a magazine and having a look at it. But anyway, digital marketing. So it was really overwhelming, but I just thought you put up a photo, hashtags didn't exist, you put up a photo and you just write a little blurb. And I think for me, the challenging thing is condensing what I have to say, what's here, onto typing the words onto the computer, onto a post, and catching people's attention. Initially, my posts used to be a lot longer, and I still do that when I feel that information is needed. But with time, things changed, and being lucky enough to come across, people like yourself that simplify the process. And, having done a few courses along the way, and hanging around people that are digitally minded, it has helped. And I have become better and better at it with time. A lot of it has been hit and miss as well, especially having moved from Facebook. I'm still on Facebook, but I do most of my work on Instagram because I find it's just so much easier. And the options there, whether you want to post something, a single photo put up, or a story to tell people, here is where I'm at. I want to show you what's in the stores right now, or you want to do a reel. I think what I've gained from you over the years as well, and from working and talking with your girls, be it via email, has really helped me. And there was a time there that I was lucky enough to have Wise Up post for me while I was overseas back in 2019, and just looking at the layout and the content. I'm a good storyteller, and English was one of my favorite subjects. I do like writing. It's just learning to navigate digital and how to do it. I do find it overwhelming, and I still to this very day have an issue with my face on the camera. I'm talking to you now because I know you, and I've known you for many, many years. I trust you. But I think that has been the biggest challenge for me. Reels have become better, but and manning it myself. This is an extended answer to your question. One-man band. Most creators and creatives, I should say, not creators. Most creatives in my industry, or hairdressers in the industry, will be a one-man band. It's rare that they'll have a team of 5, 10 behind them, and even the stylists that have grown their business to have 2, 4, 6 other stylists. They're out there doing the work. They're not doing the social and digital content. If that makes sense. So,
absolutely. Like, juggling the two is a massive challenge, and especially in a business like yours where, 90% of your work is client facing. So, you're either with clients or you're out there preparing, looking around or researching for clients. There's not a lot of downtime. There's not a lot of that working in your business, working on your business.
That's right.
To separate that out, and you touched on the time that we managed it for you, but I think there was also that realization for both of us during that time that your unique voice was such an important aspect of your digital marketing, and that needed to be captured. And I think that that's what you've done an amazing job of. And again, talking about the face to camera, we didn't have to do that 12 years ago. We got in so easily, and
so true.
You could use stock images, we could use whatever we wanted, and it got amazing engagement. And then I don't know, 6, 7 years ago, and then they decided we had to turn up with our faces on.
That's right.
That was another massive challenge. And I know myself, I'm so guilty of advising everybody to, face to camera, and then not do it for myself. Because I don't love it either. It's not natural. We're not the selfie generation. We've just lived our life. We haven't documented our lives.
That's it.
So the whole face to camera is another, level of complexity. And I think, and that combined with the fact that it's such an aesthetic driven space, then we want to come across the best version of ourselves. I don't think that we have the ego where we believe we, have to put a full face of makeup on and all that sort of stuff. But you want to look at those videos and feel like, oh, okay, that was okay. And so you kind of have that aesthetic pressure, plus what am I talking about? Plus I'm looking at a camera. Like, there's a lot.
That's right. That's so true. That is so, so true. Just yesterday I filmed it was meant to be a quick video, and because I kept editing, it took half my morning.
Yeah.
And by that stage, the morning was over, you know, and I had a kind of a laugh about it on my stories yesterday, saying, you know, I lead with hello, good morning and happy Monday. And next thing you know, it's just not morning anymore. But, you know, I'm still going to post it and put it up there. And I think it's important that for a long time I was caught up with not what a little bit of what other people were doing, but the aesthetic that you spoke about. Where when we're living in an era, I believe that people need people and people connect with people. And as much as the digital world has gone crazy, online learning has gone really crazy, they still want to see a face behind it. That beautiful picture of the girl doing yoga looking out onto Bondi Beach, it works, but you need to back it up with real things to connect with the people that are looking at it and feeling like, you know, yes, this is me, or this could be me. And, you know, it should be me. So I think putting your face in front, for me, for my business, has made the world of difference, and we did learn that together when we worked together, the kind of spike in meeting people and new connections, the minute it was a combination of nice images along with me and what I'm doing and how to, because that's also very important with what I do. My business is all about helping others. So the how to is so important. So important.
Yeah. Well, the how to is your expertise, and then your face is the human connection. You know, the how to is, you know, builds your credibility, but then they also need to feel a connection to you because it's a personal one-to-one business, you know. And if you're just pumping out the how-tos but they don't know who you are, then they'll take that and, you know, they'll either try to do it themselves or they'll, you know, take it and seek someone out. But if through that how-to you also build how genuine you are, how approachable you are, how down to earth you are, then they feel confident to reach out to you. And I think with most personal service type businesses, it's a leap. It's a leap to trust somebody else with what will end up being your vulnerabilities or your, you know, your wants and your needs, or whether it's that you have a tiny budget or whether you have a massive budget. You're going to trust all this information to somebody, how you truly feel about your body.
Absolutely.
You know, all those sorts of things. And if I don't feel connected to you, you know, if I haven't seen you, your face, you speaking, you interacting with others and gone, oh, you know, yes, this person seems like the person that I can trust with all of this. All the how-tos aren't going to bring in the business at the end of the day, because it is so personal.
It really is. And you nailed it with, you really are with what I do. You are inviting a stranger into your home. If we really want to simplify it and break it down, and it sounds a bit intimidating, but or when I meet someone for the first time, whether it's, you know, someone in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or even a teenager, and especially a teenager, they look so nervous. And the first thing I say is, please don't be nervous. I understand you're meeting me for the first time. You don't know me. You're placing your trust in me, but let's have some fun. At the end of the day, what I do should be about having fun and enjoying clothes. Clothes are there to protect our body. I get it, so we don't get arrested as well. But, you know, walking around naked, but they're there to have fun with. And I think that's where my industry lost its way for quite a while. With all the pretty pictures that didn't appeal to 90% of the women, men and teens out there that felt like they couldn't achieve that. It's about connecting with people and keeping it as real as possible. And that's something that I actually adore, you know, about working with you and your team, that it is someone real picking up the phone and answering.
Yeah.
It's not an automated computer response.
Yeah.
It's real humans typing or picking up and speaking to you. And that's the value that I place in working with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And I think, I mean, again, I think we just drive such similar business models, and, you know, we will personally adapt the work that we do to suit you personally, you know, to suit the outcomes for you, and the way we work with you might be completely different to the way we work with someone else. It's that choice not to go down a super automated, rigid path, because that's not going to work for everyone. And, you know, that's a machine. It's not a human experience. And I think the great thing about what we both do is, you know, that human outcome, you know, the people you meet along the way, and, you know, that you know for years to come, and, you know, clients that become friends, and all the rest of it, I think is, you know, that's one of those surprising but lovely outcomes of having a business that is more personally driven.
100%. 100%. And look, I'll say this until my last breath. We can go on about a new generation and modern society, but at the end of the day, people need people.
Yeah.
And they need to connect with people and feel loved, feel wanted, feel appreciated, respected. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And what, I guess you've touched on different ones, but what do you think your biggest learning has been running your own business and, you know, running your own digital marketing?
Oh my God. Sometimes you have to say no is one of my biggest learnings, but running my own digital marketing, sometimes you really do have to find the money if you're just starting out. I've been doing this for a bit, or if you're going through hard times, as many creatives experienced, excuse me, during the 2 years of COVID. You just have to find the time, the money to seek help.
Yeah.
An example for me, I've been doing this for quite a few years, but an example for me, to have someone help with putting all the magic together in my newsletters.
Yeah.
A lot of effort. A lot of people will just click on and have a read, or not even read, or, you know, scroll through. I don't know. But I put my newsletter up every single month, and so much effort goes into it. And you and I know the effort in the content that, you know, I write, and I try and make it so it appeals to every single person reading it. Obviously, we can't, you know, hit every single person, but we try our very best. But the effort that's put in to developing that newsletter, and for me, it takes a load off providing the inspiration, the content, and then your wonderful girls, Isabella, just doing their magic and just putting it all together and producing such a beautiful newsletter that a lot of people have actually steered away from. They're just focusing on reels or their stories. So I think there's a little bit of magic in still having that information. So for me, that's been one of my biggest learning, outsourcing, and I need to do more of it. And I'm hoping, as you know, my business moves along and grows, that I will outsource more and more. That's a big thing that's been on my to-do list for a very long time. It's just a matter of what to outsource, and always keeping it real, because it's personal styling, it's a personal business, and life lessons have taught us that we touched on that people can tell whether it's me or whether it's someone else. And I'm lucky enough to have good communication with your girls, and they know me, and they know what works and what doesn't work. So outsourcing has been a very big lesson. I think staying on top, keeping up to date with new, shall we call them trends? I don't like that word in general, but you know, your business evolving with everything that comes out. For example, me and Reels, I just didn't think it was ever possible. It was some kind of cringe factor.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I look back at the first even 10 reels, it would be like, was that really me? So, putting your hand up and saying, all right, I'll give it a go, and keeping up to date with things like that.
And I think there's a massive learning in that. It's sort of like trying through imperfection, or sticking with, just throwing it out there, and not sort of overthinking it, and hesitating, like being paralyzed by that perfectionism to never do anything.
Yeah.
And, I think with reels, they were daunting. They were something completely different. But, if you just try and try, some are going to work, some aren't. That's not the end of the world.
That's it.
The important thing is that you're getting there, you're learning, you're absorbing those learnings, and then you're trying something different. And it's true, if you looked back at the start to where you are now, you would, go, oh God, I can't believe I did that. But it's all part of that growth, and giving it a go, I think is a massive aspect of building your confidence as well as succeeding.
That's it.
Yeah. And so how do you feel about digital marketing now after all these years?
After all these years, okay. I am a lot better than what I was when I first started, or even halfway through the process. If you look back at, 12 years ago, I had to think twice on how to put a single image up on Facebook.
Yeah.
But now it's just a matter of refining, scheduling time to do, not to feel like I have to post every single day. For example, digital marketing, as I also want to say things like, look, I still struggle with platforms like LinkedIn. Which is very important with my corporate clients. Newsletters, MailChimp, the back end of websites have gotten better, but even the simplest, some of the questions that I throw your way, she laughs. Yes, I too laugh at myself as I type those questions.
But you're not alone. And I think that's the thing. Everybody, and I've touched on this a bit on social media, everybody thinks they're really bad, but they're not. Everybody's better than they give themselves credit for, and clients would sort of say, oh, I'm in the back end of my website. It's like, well, you're in the back end of your website. Like, did you ever think you'd be in the back end of your own website?
No.
So it's like you have to really acknowledge, you know how to go in and upload an image in the back, the back end of your website, you of 10 years ago would have balked at the idea.
Oh my gosh.
It's, I think it's really being easy on ourselves and really recognizing the growth that we've had, because you've had amazing growth, and even tackling reels, you you got in there and you did it before we were doing it, I think. So, it's
wow, thank you.
It's recognizing how far you've come, and being proud of that, because it's not easy. It's not easy because I think, especially for us, it's not native to us. We haven't had it since day one. When my girls at work say things like, something about Facebook in high school or primary school, I'm like, oh, I didn't even have a phone. I didn't have a phone.
Oh my God. No, of course we didn't. No,
I cannot relate to these stories at all.
If we wanted to send a message, we would pass a note on to the person next to us to pass on to the
correct.
Or wait till we got home to use the actual home phone. Which
I know. Talk to other people's mums on the home phone.
But isn't it great that we are living in an era where we have experienced all this, and where we're sitting here now and we can talk about a time where we didn't have a mobile phone and Facebook didn't exist. We talk about Zooms and before that Skype, and no one mentions
Skype.
It's just and it's wonderful to be able to evolve around and know that, and to embrace it. And that, for me, the minute I think, along with conversations I had with you along the way, you saying, just, resign to the fact that you're going to have to do this. Stop fighting it and just get out there and, just be yourself. And imperfect, Grace Lever always said imperfect action, just do it.
Absolutely.
Just do it. And I think once I made that decision, things did get a lot better. It's just, for me, being a solo preneur, which a lot of people in small businesses are, and you deal with them every single day. It's quite tricky to know the latest app that will make your life easier, or sitting down and finding the time. And people say, oh, you just have to prioritize your time. You do, but as well as that, you're running a business, you're taking care of a family. My children have grown up around my personal style, and that was so little when I started this, like that guilt of starting this business and giving it my all, as well as taking my kids. So, which I'm sure you can understand.
But
and for me, a lot of my work is when, for example, one of your girls is asking a question or sending a little reminder, just to check on something, something they've sent through. I'm out at the stores during my break, responding on my phone instead of having a look at the bigger picture and, on the computer. So I don't know if that gets any better for someone that is in a small business, unless they have someone else help them with their digital. But it is a matter of, prioritizing your day. I still have yet to master the set aside one whole day. Jasmine Star says she can smash out 20 posts in 4 hours sort of thing. I'm like, how? When one post could take me an hour just to find the words to be genuine, but and I guess maybe that's just me. But having joined, I mentioned to you a group of personal stylists, they all feel the same. They all feel the same. The overwhelm is real. It's just a matter of prioritizing and managing that. So I do feel a lot better. To answer your question, I do feel a hell of a lot better than I did when I first started. And again, working with yourself and your team has been a game changer. And I'm not paid to say that. It has, and I've learned a lot along the way, things that were just impossibly, just so incredibly hard. And now, okay, just, edit my newsletter, or edit this or edit that. So it does get better. It's just a matter of being willing to learn and not saying, no, this is not for me.
Beautiful. And I guess just to wrap up, is there a piece of advice that you give to other business owners that are dealing or grappling with their digital confidence or wanting to increase their digital confidence?
I think if you can find the resources or the finances to get help, and the most important part will be to find someone that you connect with. There's a lot of digital marketing and digital help and digital resources out there available. You just go on Instagram and there's 50,000 people posting in a 24-hour period telling you how to control your reels, what to post and what to do. But I think finding the person that will listen, connect with your business, and genuinely want to help you, not make you just a number. Give me your money and go and do it. Or here's a paid course that's going to give you results. Yet you've got to wait 3 days for an email response when you have a question. Finding the money, finding the resources that will help you. Do it if you can do it. And if I had to start a brand new business all over again, I think one thing I didn't allow for was a set budget to be able to seek help with my social posts or the social setup, even the whole thing, whether it's the website kind of was a given. There was a budget allowed for that, but newsletters or posts or learning the basics on how to do digital marketing, or how the importance of live videos and how to do a live video, which I still haven't done in all my years. I still have yet to do a live on Instagram or a live on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've been asked so many times and I still have yet to do it because I shy away from the whole, oh my gosh, this is live. So
anything could happen.
Anything could happen. People might actually like what they see. But finding and making the budget available to be able to do this. So when you launch your business, you're not backtracking like I did. Oh, and I think I might need this. Oh, and I think I might need that. Finding someone, for example, like yourself, that you can sit down and say, right, we offer this learning course, but we've also got these resources that will continuously help you. Just let's work with the budget you have, etc. That for me would be my biggest piece of advice. And you can't do it all on your own. You just can't.
No,
you can't. You can, sit here and tell me you can, but somewhere even that person, that influencer that has got by 1 million followers, she's got help. But someone that's got, 100,000 followers telling you she's a one-man band, she has someone there.
Someone's helping down the line. Yeah,
absolutely.
What do they say? You can have it all, but not at the same time. You can't do it. And again, depending on your life stage and things like that. But I think at our life stage where you have a family and a husband and a business, you've got aging parents, all those sorts of things. You just can't. And I agree. I think in my business journey as well, my outsourcing and my investing even in my own development, I left so long because I never really thought about that. Or, I never, even my accounting and bookkeeping, like, I think I held on to it for the first 5 years or something, just ridiculous. And again, not your area of expertise, not the best use of your time, but you hang on and if you can go in with the expectations of where you're going to need to invest to grow your business and to free yourself to do the work you truly love. I guess then, you've got a much better business model than finding out later. So no, that's a great piece of advice.
That's it. Definitely. What you said, freeing yourself to be able to be the expert in your field. I'm not an accountant either, and that used to take before we automated my services, where people still connect with me and they will ask questions, and I'm all for it because it's a people business. But then just saying when you're ready, whether it's sending a little link or saying, please have a look at all the options on the website, the packages available. That was a game changer. It has been a game changer. So, automating or getting the help you need is a definite for anyone that is starting up. Definite. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, well, thank you so much, Kerry. It's been so lovely talking to you.
You're very welcome.
As I said, you've had an amazing growth in your confidence and your ability. And I think that you do an amazing job of just being yourself. And I think that's what people at the end of the day resonate the most with anyway. So, it's been lovely to watch your growth over the years. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Marianne. And thank you to you personally and also your team. They say like-minded people attract their tribe, and you've got such a beautiful, warm group. I get really excited when I see the behind the scenes, posts or reels or stories go up, because we get to see the faces of all the gorgeous, very intelligent women that support you and support us as well. So thank you also.
Oh, my pleasure. Hey, thanks for listening to another episode. If you don't want to miss one, make sure you subscribe to the show in your podcast app. And if you love it, be sure to share it with friends and colleagues who you think could benefit from increasing their digital marketing confidence. Want more? Head to marianneamies.com to find out how you can work with me directly, to reach out to have me speak at your event, or to grab yourself some free resources.